Alright, what's going on today, YouTube? Welcome to your favorite cyclist YouTube channel. Today we're doing an upgrade on the Superfly right here. Got some new handlebars and a stem as well. It's pretty much the change we're doing here. Currently on here, I have a 700mm bar with a 90mm stem on here. Pretty much what we're going to do, we're going to widen the bars out. I have new bars right up here. These ones are the race face effects right here. These ones are a 760mm bar. They also have the 35mm clamp here, so a little bit bigger of a clamp than the ones that are on here right now, which is 31.8. It's a little bit larger there, a little bit wider as well. I'll get it open up a little bit more in the chest area. So I got those, and then I also have a much shorter stem. I actually have a 50mm stem here. Again, race face effect right there. So I'm going to go ahead and put those on here. I'm going to put you guys down here, aim at the bars here. Pretty simple install. Pretty much need your couple Allen wrenches, your 5mm, 4mm. I think pretty much I use everything on here, actually a 3, the 2 as well. So I'm going to aim you guys down at the bars. First step, take everything off your old bars so we can get the new ones installed. Alright, so we got everything off the bars now. So what you're going to do now, you're going to take off your stem, and the bars will just come with them. I just want to give you kind of a comparison here between the old and the new. So you can definitely see it's a little bit longer up here. I'll hold it back here. Okay, a little bit longer on both ends, right there. And the new stem right here. Just show you the difference here. So that's the new one right there. I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but I mean it's a whole lot shorter. So I'm gonna take these bolts off right here. Take the stem off, stem cap first, and then go ahead and take the bolts off here. It should just come off as one piece. Alright, so we've got the old one set off to the side. Go ahead and clean this up a little bit here. It's been a while since this has ever been off. So try to wipe up everything here, clean up down inside here. Make sure everything's clean for the new one to go on. Alright. Grab our new stem over here. So mine is it's my stem. So this is a 50mm, plus or minus 6 degrees. I don't know if you can see all the inside of there where I'm pointing at. But so mine, I'm going to point it. My old one was up. Let's see. Yeah, my old one was pointed at about the same degree as the old one. So I'm going to go ahead and put this one on the same way. Point it up a little bit, like so. Alright, let's grab a dab of grease from here. Gotta grease up your stem cap. The rest of the bolts already have grease on them from what I saw. So go ahead, grab our stem cap here, put the spacer back on, throw a little bit of grease on here, just like that. I'll set that right on the top there. Alright, I'm just going to have to snug this down so it all kind of stays together right now. Alright. I got a towel in here. Just clean this up a little bit. Alright. Oops, like I said, we'll come back, tighten those up, tighten that all up once we have the bars on so we can get them all centered. Right now, go ahead and loosen our stem bolts here. I wonder with the new bar if we're just going to be able to slide it in. That would make my life easy. Let's see. Just try to slide her in here. Alright, makes it easy on us. Cool. Alright, so right now I'm just going to get it pretty much centered here. Let's see. It's going to be just about right there. You just want to make sure you tighten them evenly on the top and the bottom so you don't get it pinched on So really just want to make sure the gap up here and the gap down here are about the same. And you want to tighten up in your kind of crisscross pattern here. Let's see. You might need to loosen the bottom just a little bit. Cool. And from there, pretty much you're just going to go ahead and install all your stuff again. So, let's see here. So, alright, so we got everything just kind of temporarily put on here, nothing's tight. Next step you're going to have is pretty much making sure your bars line up with your wheel here. So we'll get there, and this, your top cap. Snug there. Snug it down just a little bit. So trick is to put it here and kind of shake back and forth between here, see if there's any play. It feels good there. Might need a little bit more. Just a smidge. And really, you want to see if you. But you want to make sure your bar can do that. It doesn't want to go that way. It's too tight. So now that you got that all set, you want to make sure your bars are straight with the front wheel. So everything's lined up there. So get your new stem on. And then your next step really is to just make sure your levers are where you want them. Make sure everything's positioned as you like it. And then you're all set. Alright, so some of you guys might be might have watched this and been like, oh, what's the point? They look exactly the same. And I guarantee if I show my wife, she'd say they're exactly the same as they used to be. But so pretty much what we did here, what you do with your stem is, this is pretty much your pivot point right here. Now I'm coming off the steer tube. And what you do with your longer stem is it pushes it farther away. So you have farther away from that pivot point. And shorter bars kind of brings them in a little bit. It's a little bit shorter of a lever. With the shorter stem, bringing it much closer to that pivot point, I mean, that's that's about as short as you can get without being a direct mount stem. It brings it closer and then gives you a longer lever here. So essentially it gives you a little bit more of a touchy steering, but keeps the control with the wider bars. Makes it much more controllable while you're out on the trail, especially when you're going, aiming the bike downhill. It's just gonna have a lot more control to it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to having those. Getting you guys some riding on these, letting you guys know how it goes as I ride them. But ultimately, looking at the bike, it looks a lot more aggressive than it did before. And I was reading earlier that if your stem, from which where the bars are, is equal with the skewers or the front hub, the front skewers, that is pretty much where it's supposed to be. And looking at it where I was at riding, it is pretty much right there. So this bike seems to like it right now, at least riding in the driveway. So we'll see how that goes. I do have the old bars. I'm going to keep those just in case something, I want to change back. Don't think I want to, but just in case I do want to change back, I have that option. But that's going to be it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of install video on the shorter stems and wider bars. And then of course why, what the difference is between these and your longer stem and your narrower bars. Just a small improvement on the bike. So hope that helps. Hope it helped you guys out. If you have any questions, feel free to put them below. I'd be glad to answer them best I can. I'm always learning. This is something, I've always wondered myself, is what's the point of wider bars and a shorter stem? And I think now that I've done it, I actually understand, what that difference is. And I've read a lot, both online and in books, about the difference and why it's, why it can definitely improve your riding to go a little bit shorter of a stem and the wider bars. So thanks for watching today. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit subscribe right up here at the top. Last video going to be right over here. Hope you guys enjoy. See you on the next video.